Hey, welcome back to the VIBERNATION video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about learning to stop your negative thinking, basically, and everything like that. When we start to have a lot of negative thoughts and we start to have, on a constant day-to-day basis where our minds are just constantly thinking of negativity, like every time you try to think of something positive, the mind basically is like, no, like it has to be something negative. Every time you try to bring in that positive thought, the mind has like 10 more negative thoughts for that one positive thought that you had. And there's some things that I'm going to give you a few different tips on that you can start doing today and start applying in the present moment, so that way you can start to have more positive thoughts in your life instead of just having all these negative, basically just overloaded of negative thoughts and everything like that. But the first thing that you're going to do that's going to help out a lot is going to be meditation. Now, the reason why meditation is so good for stopping negative thinking is because it allows you to observe what's going on internally. When you really start to sit down and you are observing, what's going on inside your mind, then you can start to be like, okay, like this is my mind speaking, and you have to be able to distinguish that your mind is going to be speaking 24/7. Like it's not going to be able to stop, but you can learn to calm it down and learn to regulate what it's doing. Basically, like you got to see that your mind is like a tool for you to be using, and if you're not in control of what's going on with inside your mind or what you're picking up and everything like that, then there's going to be certain things that happen within your mind because you're not regulating it. You're not like maintaining your yard and everything like that. You're actually keeping the grass clean and everything like that. It's going to be cut. You're making sure that it's all good and everything like that. You're going to be able to see what's going on the top part of it. There's not going to be all this grass underground in these different spots that will start to accumulate different, bugs and things like that. And it's just basically symbolic in the sense of like, if you don't ever go in tune with yourself or meditate and everything like that, where you start to be like, okay, what's going on inside my mind? And like you basically, if you cut out those things that you don't need, you're gonna be able to see clearly what you do need inside your mind. But also what's gonna help with that as well is journaling your thoughts and your, what you're picking up on an everyday basis. Because, out in society too, there can be things on the outside that influence the way you think. If you're around, a lot of negative people that have negative thoughts themselves, and you're trying to have positive thoughts and you're hanging around these people all the time, you could actually be picking up on their negative thoughts, and it could be not even be your negative thoughts. And this stuff can actually happen. So that's why you have to be mindful and, journal down the things that you are doing on a day-to-day basis. So it's like, okay, hang around these people today and I, start having more negative thoughts and more. It's like, but then that day that you didn't hang out with them and then you were doing some meditation, you were actually starting to have more positive thoughts. It's like, if you journal that down, you can go back and look at it and be like, oh, like you are basically like your own little scientist, your spiritual scientist. And like, you could be like, okay, like this is something that I know for a fact now, that if I hang on these people, or if I'm in this environment that has a lot of negative music, even a lot of negative pictures or scary movies and stuff like that, if you're watching things that have a lot of negativity to it, more or less, if you're not learning to filter that out and meditate and stuff and be able to, observe what's really going on in that type of scenario and in those like environments and stuff, more or less you're going to be adopting that, negative style of thinking. And even before that, you may not even been around that type of stuff, but you have negative thoughts, and that's just your mind trying to basically get in the way of you actually from turning up and being able to get more into a positive vibration. But that goes into you being able to be like, okay, like you have to tell the mind no and have disciplines, and and this is actually goes into the next thing, which would be like positive programming. And then, it could be one thing with music, right? Say if you have been listening to negative music and stuff like that, and then you don't know how to really filter out that stuff and like cut out the things that you don't need from it and the things that you could use from it, it's like you could use positive music to start helping you get into a higher vibration. You may need to listen to some more happier music or something like that, so that way you can start to have more happier thoughts too. Because what you do listen to can influence you. Music can move people around the world, and it's done that plenty of times. So if you can listen to a song that helps you get into a happier mood and more positive, go ahead and do that. But if you're listening to some Slayer all day, or like some like I'm gonna kill you type of music, like if you're listening to that stuff all day, more or less likely you're gonna have some negative thinking going on, unless you know how to filter out. But of course, you need to take a break from that stuff too and get rid of those type of programs for a while, so that way you can allow the new programs that you want that are gonna be more positive for you, so it can help raise you up and everything like that. And then also, in your environment, within the places that you're going, if you're being aware of the pictures, there could be negative pictures that are going on. It's like, imagine seeing a zombie like it's chewing like someone's arm off or something like that. And then you have that picture, but then you have a baby's face. Like, what's going to be the difference between the baby's face and the zombie picture? The zombie picture is not going to make you feel too good, but then the baby picture is going to make you want to smile. And like, that's what you want to do. If there's stuff in your environment that's causing you to have negative thoughts, and it's actually in a negative energy and stuff, you need to go ahead and start feng shuiing your, your living space, so that way you can start to put things in your environment that's like, okay, I need to have some more, positive pictures. You may even want to have, a picture of, the sun, and or like it has like a smiley face on it or something like that. Whatever gets you vibing and whatever gets you to start thinking more positively. And also getting out into nature will help it a lot too. And that's where the meditation, the journaling and what you're experiencing will help out a lot, because nature has a lot of cleansing benefits that allow you to basically release that, negative energy and that negative thinking and stuff like that. Because nature is healing in itself. There's a reason why it has all the green, and the reason why, listening to the water and the trees and the birds, and the reason why that helps so much is because it's natural to us. So getting out to nature is probably like one of the best things that you can do to help release that negative energy out from your mind and your body and stuff like that. And go ahead and take the time to get out in nature, and you'll see how much time, how much through time, if you keep doing it, how much less negative thoughts that you start to have, because that you're meditating. Take the time to even meditate out in nature, but also in your areas as well. But when you're meditating outside in nature, and then also getting your feet planted on the ground, you want to make sure that you get your bare feet on the ground, and allow yourself to even like visualize yourself releasing that negative energy into the ground. When we were back in the day, when we used to walk around barefoot, there's a reason why we did that. There's a reason why we didn't wear shoes and things like that, because when we put our feet on the ground, it helps us release certain negative energies and stuff like that. And there's a reason why they call the bottom of the shoe the soul and everything like that, because even I'm not gonna get all into it, but if that interests you, definitely get deeper into it. But allow yourself to sit out in nature, listen to the water, listen to the trees, instead of having the man-made society and everything like that be around you. Like, get the time for yourself and just get that alone time, so that way you can just sort through your thoughts, allow yourself to be grounded, and like listen to the birds, and you'll see how much more clarity that you get, and how much it'll benefit you as well. But definitely do other things as well. Positive programming can be you can do a lot of different things with that. You can even write little mantras for yourself. It's like I am positive, I am a positive thinker, I am a positive thinker. You can do these things. Even look at yourself in the mirror and do these things, because even actors and people that if before they do speeches, they'll go and they'll verbally talk to themselves. You may need to go verbally talk to yourself and be like, I am a positive thinker. I will have positive thoughts today. I will have positive thoughts every day. You may need to do these things to help yourself, to start helping yourself get into more a positive mind state. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed the tips, and hopefully you apply the tips, because it definitely will help, and it will take time. But through that, your patience and your dedication and your disciplines, and you keep doing it, you'll see how it actually starts to change up, the way you're thinking, and it'll help stop those negative thinking thoughts. With all that said, thank you for all the watching. I hope you all have a great day, and stay tuned for the next video.